The proposal? Okay. Sosuke looked at Kaname. Sighing, he placed his hands behind his back. Miss Chidori, we have been dating for quite some time now. I humbly recommend that there is a new mission that I must implore that you take with me. A mission? Oh, aren't we being a little formal? And what would that be? She gasped as he sees him pull out a box. I request that you and I continue on a long mission together for life, where one of us supports each other and proceeds to make sure that we are both safe and sound. I promise to provide with you, and Sosuke's words are completely gone as Kaname kisses him hard. Or you can read this. Tell you what, Full Metal Panic, so much better. I think I'll go watch Full Metal Panic now. Oh, and you might be wondering why I've been skipping these quotes. Because these quotes have been coming from random-ass people that I don't care. It was nighttime, and Spike lay awake in bed. The beautiful mare of his dreams curled up next to him. He wanted to sleep. Goddess knew that he needed it. Tomorrow would be his last day before the proverbial crap hit the fan. But he just couldn't close his eyes. His thoughts wouldn't let him. Why did I kiss her? Because you were forced to? Should have known that you would pull something like that. The dragon sighed as he looked down at the white unicorn sleeping next to him, using his chest as a pillow. She was perfect. Too good for him. How on earth he was able to get a girl like her? He was a scum and she was a goddess. He didn't deserve her. He carefully lifted the mare off his chest and to his side, until the rhythm of her soft snoring was something he carefully got out of bed, doing his best not to disturb Rarity as he crept towards the door. Spike. Spike froze as the sleepy mare opened her eyes. What are you doing? She yawned. It's late. Come back to bed. I just need some air, he whispered. Had to clear my head of a few things. Well, come back soon, she mumbled. The bed is cold without you. Will do, honey, the dragon said, leaping into the mare and giving her a kiss on the cheek. Love you. I love you too, the mare said, smiling as she closed her eyes and drifted back to sleep. With the white mare asleep, the dragon silently slipped out of the room, gently closing the door behind him. He walked down the quiet halls of the castle, thinking of what he should do about his predicament. Should I tell her? He thought. That would be the right thing to do, right? Do you think they'll notice? There was someone else in the halls. Going a little out of character, he slowly crept to the voices and peeked around the corner, seeing a brown and bronze dragon leading the hallway. What? That merch ate the entire kitchen? Laughed Glimmer. If the pink one hasn't ran us out yet, I'm sure someone's gonna notice eventually. Oh, horse crap, the dragon muttered. What do we do? Well, it's quite obvious what we need to do, smiled the earth dragon. We need to eat Pinkie Pie. Spike's heart jumped as he choked back a gasp. Did he say what he thought he said? Not bear. Don't say things like that. Chuckled Glimmer. You're gonna give Spike a heart attack. Wait, what? Spike, we know you're there, said Bearbite. No, we haven't eaten any pony, so we can't say the same for alerts. What? Asked Spike as he came around the corner. Who do you eat? I think her name was Applejack. The orange one with the hat. Oh, goodness, no, yelled Spike. You're actually cold out, said Bitterbite, calming the purple drake down. It's actually a funny story. You see, Pinkie was showing us how to bake cupcakes, and we never had sugar before. And he had an overreaction, finished Glimmer. The guy has 3 tongues, so all taste is tripled for him. So he tried to eat my friend? He ate the kitchen first. Seriously, there's nothing Lurch can't eat, laughed Bearbite. Well, as long as everyone's okay, sighed Spike. Guys have a room for tonight? No, we're just gonna lay in the grass, smiled the earth drake, playing a claw around the dragoness's shoulder. How romantic, grinned Spike. I'll leave you to it. Well, here's Spike, winked Glimmer as the 2 dragons left hand in hand. Why can't it be that easy? He muttered to himself, continuing down the hall. I mean, I did what I thought was right. Rarity can't hate me for trying to protect her, even if what I did was dirty. He realized while he was speaking out loud, quickly shut his mouth. I was trying to protect her by making out with someone else. He grunted in his mind. This sucks. What the hell am I going to do? For the last time, I didn't cheat. Another arguing couple. Was anyone asleep? That's bull, There's no way that was fair by any standards. Was that Dust Devil's voice? Hey, just because I can do a slack rainbow doesn't mean you get all bitchy on me. Not my fault you're a sore loser. That was definitely Rainbow. Guessing from what you heard, Rainbow won that little race, and Dust Devil was having a hard time accepting it. Up yours, pony, barked the black and pink dragon. You wish, shouted Rainbow back. Trouble in paradise? Smiled Spike as he walked to the arguing dragon and pony. Spike, I'm glad you're here, said Sky Drake. We need an outside ruling. She cheated in our race. She used some sort of sonic rainbow or something. It's not cheating, replied Rainbow. I was just using what was at my disposal. Yeah, I'm not testing this with a 30-foot pole, muttered the dragon. I'm sure you two lovebirds can work it out. Excuse me? Look, I don't know what sort of earth is no. But I have a lot to think about no. Stop. Stop right there. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do it. I swear to God. You try. And I'm replacing Dust Devil with lightning dust or something. No. Don't you dare think about it. Just stop. Shame on you. Yes, sir. He left the two of them alone and confused. He heard the two arguing behind him. They wouldn't make such a good couple. Good idea, Spike, he said, taking a deep breath as he turned down in the hall, just as the door to the throne room opened. I haven't seen Bunsen since then, man, a blue unicorn said as he pushed open the door for a red unicorn, and above the door in golden guard armor. I'll tell you, Heartshield, she's a bit of a weird one. I mean, you were her trainer. What was she like? Well, Dragoon, called Heartshield and muttered, she's a total klutz and completely incompetent, and she's one of those smarty pants ponies with a fancy science degree, the unicorn mocked sarcastically. Really? Well, I thought she was actually kind of cute, the blue pony posed. I was actually considering asking her out. Don't bother, the red one said bluntly. Why not? Just don't, said the red unicorn. That wasn't an answer, Dragoon said. In fact, I would say it was a threat. Take it as you will. All I'm saying is that I've been down that road, and there ain't a happy ending, Heartshield muttered. You asked it out? The confused blue unicorn said, but it sounds like you're here. Well, she's cute, he said, turning away from the stallion and couldn't see him blush. You know, for a nerdy klutz. Yeah, there's just something about purple mares, Dragoon said excitingly, so don't ask her out. What? Dragoon asked, snapping back to reality. Just trying to help you out. Sure, the blue pony said bluntly. It's not like you have feelings for her or anything. Of course not. The two card ponies went in opposite directions, Dragoon to the left and Heartshield to the right. Spike couldn't make it out, but he could have sworn the tough red pony was starting to cry a little. He didn't see Spike walk right past him. That was weird. What were they fighting about? He shrugged it off. It wasn't his place to be snooping into other ponies' businesses, and especially ponies that he didn't know. Granting past it, he continued down the hall. He saw light peek out of Twilight's room. Of course, the night owl was still up, probably still studying about something. The dragon gently knocked on the door. Oh, sure. It's not like there's a huge battle that's upcoming and we need every single weapon we can, and why wouldn't I be studying and trying to figure out how to best handle the situation? Why wouldn't I be coming up with plans? Spike, you're an idiot. Who is it? Spike, can I come in? Of course, she said, unlocking and opening the door with magic. What's up, Spike? The dragon entered the room. Twilight's room was a lot like his. Queen-size bed, dresser, and nightstand. The only major difference is that there were stacks upon stacks of books. The purple unicorn was sitting at one of the desks, nose deep in a book. I'm not interrupting anything, am I? The dragon asked, closing the door behind him. Of course not, said the violet mare, closing her book. I was just gonna call it a night. Then maybe I should come back later? Spike, don't be silly. So I said, jumping on the bed, patting the spot next to me. No, that's not me messing up, guys. It literally says right here, patting the spot next to me. Fick, now's not the time for your self-insert. I mean, you've already committed almost every other sin you could possibly can. Always have time for my little brother. Oh, really? Because lately it doesn't feel like you have much of a relationship, guys. After all, Twilight's just a mare you hanged out with. She wasn't the one who hatched you or anything. No, I'm still mad, Vic. You must have seen Humor Chronicles. You must have seen why Twilight and Spike are together. You must have known why. But nope. You just had to do the whole entire Celestial hates Spike. For some stupid-ass reason. I don't know why you messed up. I don't know how you fucked up. But you did. And now that's going to hang over this entire conversation. The dragon's heart warmed up to hear those sound words. It was like a little brother to the mayor. Maybe not so little more anymore, but it was always there for him. No, she wasn't. Apparently, he was just an assistant. He took a seat next to the mayor on the bed. His eyes looked to the ground. Spike, is something wrong? Asked Twilight. You seem upset. I guess that's what you're a genius, he said sarcastically. Well, are you? More than you could possibly imagine. The dragon smiled. So, what's on your mind? It's conquest. I don't think I could beat him. But Spike, I know you can. You haven't seen him, Twilight. He growled. You have no idea what he's like. He's a sociopathic monster. And we've seen all about his superpower, right? We've seen just how strong this OC is. I mean, my God. He's a practical god. He's a Mary Sue. He wiped away a tear that was forming around his eye. All he does is cause pain to everything he touches. And he seems completely unkillable. He can't be that bad. He killed my mother, the dragon sighed. Small sparks of green fire leaving his mouth as he continued to yell. He killed her, and all my unhappy siblings. Do you know why he did it? He glared at the frightened mare and said nothing. Because he could. Everything he does is for fun. He has no desire in life except to cause a worldwide genocide. To kill everything else on the planet. Apparently, I'm the only one who could stop him. No. You see, I don't do that just for fun. I do that so I can feed. After all, so many ponies seem to hate me. And I love it. The purple mare guarded looked at Spike. Those big purple eyes of hers. They were slowly tearing up as wrapped her arms around Spike. I'm so sorry, Spike. I had no idea it was that terrible. Twilight, the dragon said, brushing a claw down her mane. You have no idea. Is that all that was on your mind? No, admitted Spike. It's Rarity. Did she do something? It's nothing that she did. It's what I did, groaned the dragon. What did she do? I cheated on her. You what? I kissed another dragon when I was in the Badlands. Why would you do something like that? I was trying to protect her. How does locking lips with a dragon protect Rarity? It was an old ex-girlfriend. You know the one I told you about? And she tricked me. She said if I kissed her, she would help me bring the dragons to come and help us. You can see how well that turned out. There was silence as the purple mare digested the stream of information. She knew that he wasn't lying. It wasn't his nature to lie about something like this. Also not his nature to do something like that, even if he had good intentions. Have you told her yet? Nah, I'm not sure if I should. Spike, I know that you know that's the right thing to do. I should tell her? You should tell her, but you're not. The drake crunched his face with confuzzlement. Excuse me? All I'm saying is that do you really want your last state of Rarity to be ruined over this? No. Then for now, just keep it to yourself, the unicorn said. Make tomorrow the best day ever for her. You both deserve it. The dragon cracked a smile. You really are a genius, aren't you? I try. You're a great guy, Spike. I'm so happy to have you in my life. Me too, Twi. Me too, said Spike. Hey, do you think I could sleep in here, for old time's sake? Of course. Let me get you a blanket. She got out of the bed and pulled the purple blanket off, placing it neatly on the ground. Thanks, said the dragon as he lay down on the ground, curling up in the blanket, almost like a kitty. Takes you back, huh? I miss those days. Sighed Twilight as he curled up on the remaining seats of the bed. It took me almost a month to get to sleep without the sound of your snoring. I don't snore, I purr. Whatever. The point is, it was heartbreaking when you wanted your own room. I'm sorry. It's okay. I knew that you would eventually want your own room. I just wish you could stay my little brother forever. Oh, I'm sorry, Twi. Any feelings you have for him to be a little brother are completely null now. Because you really had no impact on his life. You did jack shit. Apparently, Celestia did all the hard work. Do these people see how much a simple turn of phrase fucks up an entire story arc? Hey, I'll always be your little brother. I know, Spike. Good night, Spike. Good night, Twilight. Love you. I get this interaction 0 stars. Has anyone seen Spike? Asked Rarity at breakfast. The pancakes were slim, as Lawrence ate the fridge and most of the food yesterday, so it was mostly cold cereal and toast, not exactly like a royal breakfast. Haven't seen the Blake guy since yesterday, Applejack said, taking a bite of her toast. I thought he was hanging with you. I guess you could say that, blessed the white mare. But he went for a walk at night, and said he needed some air. I haven't seen him since then. I reckon he'll show eventually, said the cow pony. Probably went out to get some real food. I suppose. What exactly happened to the kitchen? Trust me, you don't want to know. Hey, guys. The energetic pink robot hopped over to the table. What you talking about? Oh, hey, Pinkbot. We were just trying to figure out where Spock went, said the Earthmare. Oh, I know where he is. I saw him heading into town. He said that I was to tell Rarity to meet him at the observatory at 8 o'clock sharp. Why on earth couldn't he tell me himself? Asked Rarity. I don't know, shrugged Pinky, but I bet it's a surprise. I see, smiled White Unicorn, looking out the window. What on earth are you planning, Spike? The stars have come into alignment. It's time to end this. The purple drake walked down the hallway of the castle. He had to be careful not to be seen by anybody, especially Rarity. He had already talked to Rainbow, Fluttershy, and Twilight about his plan. He knew Pinky would get the message to Rarity. Everything was set. He just needed one more thing, find a place to hide until later. And still lost in his thoughts, he didn't see the pony turning the corner and collided headfirst with him. Where's where you're going, dragon? Growled the pony. Nice to see you too, Curpoof, muttered the dragon. Did you miss me? Why would I miss you? Never mind. The drake got up from the ground. Our pony surfed past him as he went down the hall. Okay, what is your problem with me? The white unicorn stopped to turn around and glare at Spike. I don't like you, he said. I don't like you. I don't like your kind. I don't like your face. I hate dragons. He turned around and walked down the hall, disappearing around the corner. Jackass. Mumbled Spike. He continued down the hall in the opposite direction. He found the corridor he was looking for, the one that went down to the earth and into the den where Forge was. Rustling past the large iron door of the den, he felt a soothing blast of heat. The lava ponds were still glowing crimson red and golden yellow, and there were racks of armor and weapons still littered everywhere, just the way he left it. Is that you, Spike? The red and gold dragon's head slowly rose from the beds of lava. He had been sleeping in the lava, apparently. Hey, Forge, taking a nap? Wondered Spike. When you get to my age, Spike, your body starts to betray you, he chuckled, clawing out the lava baths. Never grow old, Spike. Oh, come on, you're what? Only 1,000 years old? You got a few millennia left. Then why do I feel like I'm pushing 5,000? What, you sick? Asked Spike, becoming increasingly concerned for his friend. That we've had all of one chapter interaction with? I'll be okay, Forge mumbled, brushing off what was left of the lava in his body. Now, rumor has it that there are other dragons here now. Is that true? Or the pony's pulling my tail? It's true, said Spike. I flew to the Badlands to get help from the dragons. Now, why would you do something like that? Chuckled the red dragon. I thought they still had a grudge against the ponies, especially Inferno. I met them, and yeah, they still hate us. Us? Asked the forging dragon, pounding his hammer into the sheet metal. When did we become ponies? Spike rolled his eyes. You know what I mean. But that Inferno guy, what's his deal? The other 4 dragons seemed a little quiet, except for this one called Rockjaw, and Inferno seemed to disregard everything he said. Forge sighed. Inferno is a proud dragon, but with it comes ignorance and intolerance. He's still bitter over the Dragon Wars. Most dragons can hardly believe it. What exactly happened? Spike asked. During the Dragon Wars, how did the ponies win? Well, you see, the ponies are spellcasters, and they all knew Dragon Slave. Honestly, I don't remember, said the red dragon. I doubt even Inferno and the other elders remember what happened. All they know is they have a bone to pick with ponies. That's very dragon of them. Forrest, laughing a bit at his own joke. But the past is in the past, and was focused on the present. He went back into the armory, pushing past some of the hanging swords and battle axes. I know I put it here. Ha ha, here it is. He pulled out a decent-sized rock, around the size of a baseball. Here's that special request you asked for a while back. Thanks, said Spike, taking out the rock in Forrest's hand. This wasn't what I had in mind. Just crack it open like an egg when the time is right, the wise dragon said, putting a claw on the purple drake's shoulder. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. If you say so, shrugged Spike, tucking the rock under his scales for later. Guess I'll be off. Say hi to Rarity for me. I will, said Spike, taking 2 steps to the door, or turning around. Wait, how did you know her name? I never told you that. Oh, right, laughed Forrest, palming his face. You weren't there when we had our little chat. Rarity came down here? Oh, heavens, no, said the red drake, taking a seat on the edge of his many tubs of lava. She met me when I was on one of my armor runs. There was another door in the back that leads directly into the bunkers, where I collect dull blades and dented armor, replaced with new ones. When I was making my trip to the mayor's quarters, I saw a white unicorn looking around. I knew she was the mayor you were talking about, 'cause she mistook me for you. She was all, "Oh, my Specky Wacky, is that really you? How could Rarity confuse red with purple? Kind of dumb. Kind of funny she mistook this discarded mug for yours," he said, pointing to the heavily scarred one-eyed face. Oh, what did you two talk about? Nothing much. I told her a few things about dragons and what I did around the castle. She told me she was a fashion designer or something. She gave me a few pointers on design, even though I have no use for it. And I gave her pointers on foraging, which I know she wouldn't have any use for. When we talked about you for a bit, then I left. She could spare Spike, to lose her like I did. Excuse me? Forrest's eye widened as he looked away. Forget I said anything. Forrest, Spike asked quickly, did something happen to someone you loved? The Dragonsmith sighed. Do you really want to know? Spike shook his head. All right, here's the story. No, he shook his head. He doesn't want to know. I don't want to know. Stop! It was a few years after I was banished from Volcana. Oh, God, no. I was making my way towards Equestria. My original plan was to cut through Equestria and head north into the Crystal Mountains. But when I was cutting through the Everfree Forest, I saw the most wonderful creature. What? A spring dragon, Spike. One of the rarest, most mysterious members of our race. They don't live in Volcana, and they weren't involved in wars. They tend to keep themselves, manage to hide themselves in myths and legends, said Forrest. I caught this particular one in the middle of her afternoon bath. And how does he like that? Well, they aren't rare because they're used to being seen. The second she saw me, she dove into the water. I wasn't a strong swimmer, so going after her was a problem. But I knew that she would eventually come up for air, so I waited. She could hold her breath for a good long while, but not forever. She was mighty mad when she went up for air and I was still there. Started cursing me in some sort of strange language I never heard of, then ran away. So what did you do? I followed her, of course, said the red dragon matter-of-factly. Really? The dragon already showed you that she didn't want the attention, that she didn't care for the idea that you were following her, and you kept going? Yes. How romantic, right? It sounds like the beginning of one of Zeus's conquests, if you get my drift. Have you ever seen a spring dragon? They're beautiful. Their scales are like lava's leaves, sticking out a bit like feathers, and they have long, slick bodies, kind of like a cloud weaver. So of course I followed her. Sounds dreamy, said the sly purple drake. What happened when you caught up to her? I tried my best to explain I had no desire to hurt her. She had a relative understanding of Equestrian. We were able to come to an understanding. I told her my name, and I found out her name was Mist. Beautiful name, Mist. We went on the next couple of months getting to know each other, and at some point we fell in love. Love is truly a beautiful thing, is it not? Depends on the kind of love. Well, this was true love. At least it was, sighed the forest dragon. Everything was absolutely perfect. So I figured something terrible was waiting around the corner. Namely, you know who. Spike groaned. That was when you fought Conquest, wasn't it? The red drake died. It took me completely by surprise. One minute I'm lying in the grass with mist. The next minute the ground starts shaking, and a black pony bursts out of the ground, laughing maniacally. I was a little pissed, so I did the not so smart thing and breathed fire on him. That only made him laugh more. Seriously, forget about fire with him. The guy probably was baptized in hell. No, I was baptized in Lake Superior by priest. So what's the matter for you? When I was 2, and I was anointed, and then I proceeded to go to Harvard, and I've seen Full Metal Jacket at least 5 different times, and it gets funnier every single freaking time I watch it. Plus, you're talking to an apartment of hatred. So, what do you think? Am I qualified? I don't know why I broke into Beetlejuice there. Anyways, after that, he looked at me. He's fast, Spike, and strong. When you think you have him, he spits something in your face. In my case, it was a pissed off pair of skeleton squirrel zombie things. Oh my god, no, not that again! That's how I get these. He pointed to his face as many scars. Long and brutal fight. I thought it was all over when he got that lucky punch in and knocked my eye clean out of my skull. Spike cringed a little. Ouch! That's not even the half of it. As I was getting off the ground, he thought there would be a perfect time to rip my wings out. That hurt immensely. What was really hurt was what I saw next. He managed to grab Mist. He held her as hoof, started to whisper all the terrible things he was going to do to her. Thank the gods that Celestia showed up as he did. The princess showed up, and she was able to stop conquest? With the elements, yes. You know, if she used the elements before, then why were they stoned back in the pilot? What? Well, the elements got turned to stone. They were stoned when Twilight found them. Even if Celestia had put them away, how come they weren't written in the book where Celestia left them? Apparently, Celestia had sealed conquest away less than 100 years ago. There should be reports about this. Some pony, somewhere, should have written about this. They should have said, Celestia took down Black Alicorn with the Elements of Harmony. If they are still in their gem form, which we see is the only way that they could work, why were they stoned? Why were they stoned again? Why did Celestia lose her connection with the elements in that short amount of time? We have no idea. I'm still positive this fanfic doesn't even know what the elements are. But not before Conquest did something absolutely terrible. What? He, for his paused, ripped out her heart and ate it. He just ate it right in front of me. With lettuce, tomato, a little bit of mayonnaise. It was delicious. That's terrible. The red dragon looked down inside. I'm sorry, the way that was written, with no emotion, it just seems like Spike just said, okay. After he did that, I lost it. He took the one thing I loved after all. So I ripped his head off. He didn't even fight back. He just kept laughing. Even when his head was clean off his body, he kept on laughing, kept on joking, making fun of the situation like it was one big gag. I threw his still-alive head into the portal that the princess conjured up and ran to my lover's side. It was too late, wasn't it? It was. But I was desperate when I wanted to save her so bad. Stood the red drake, wiping a tear away. I would have done anything to save her, and that's exactly what I did. What did you do? I gave her my heart. You what? Spouted Spike in disbelief. Let me show you something, Spike, said Forwards, getting up from where he was. He slowly sliced open one of his pointy claws, and with expert precision, cut a small line into his skin, showing a trail of blood that spilled out as he continued to make the cut, grunting only slightly from the plane. Spike watched the nod as he finished, sticking fingers into a new hole and pulling scales apart. Take a look, Spike, in a book. The purple drake took a look through the hole in the dragon. Beyond the thick flesh and muzzle was Force's beating heart. Spike had never seen a dragon's heart before, so he wasn't sure what to expect. It was fairly large, not as big as he thought, over the size and the shape of a pear. The heart was shiny and metallic looking, almost as if it were made of gold. There was something odd about it. The beating seemed much faster and irregular than a normal heart would beat. It looked like crudely cut up and ravaged. A dragon's heart is a fascinating organ, Spike, said Forrest as he pressed the skin back together, breathing a little fire into his hand, placing it on the cut. They can beat for 5,000 years, heal almost any injury within minutes or hours. It gives us strength and power. The heart is so powerful, it can even continue beating for hours after being torn from the body, and even continue beating when cut in half. He stopped and paused for a moment. That's exactly what I did. I gave her half my heart in an attempt to save her. I hope I was quick enough that there'd be enough time for the heart to hook out and pump out all the toxins death brings. It was all for nothing. She died in my arms a few minutes later. Spike didn't know what to say. All he could do was look at the dragon in front of him and slowly break down and feel nothing but pity. Pity for the broken shell of a dragon that stood before him. The dragon literally gave his heart to save the one he loves. I know what you're thinking, Spike, said Forrest, putting a claw on his shoulder. I want you to know that I don't regret what I did. I would do it again in a heartbeat. What happens when you do that? Cut your heart in half. It does what you think. It slowly kills you. He said, the candle that burns twice as hard lasts only half as long. My body was getting on in decades. Things start to hurt more than they do, but I'm not as strong. Not as I can heal as fast. Only half a heart spike. I'll be lucky if I reach my 25th, 100th birthday. I'm sorry. Don't pity me, chuckled Forrest. But you need to promise me something. You need to promise me that you'll end this, Spike. His tone grew more serious. You have to promise me you will stop conquest once and for all. Locking him up isn't going to cut it anymore. He's hurt so many ponies and broken so many hearts. Avenge them, Spike. Avenge them, then love your mare and marry her. Spend the rest of your lives together. Promise me this, Spike. Spike nodded. I promise. Those stars remind me that we really need to spend all that time on exposition. Spike, what are you? Called Rarity. It was later in the evening. As he walked into the observatory, in the middle of the room was a large telescope. Next to it was a small table, a piece of paper on it. What's this? She asked herself. She walked to the table and picked up and read the note. To my special love, there's so many things we could do together. I can think of no one better to do it with than you. Unfortunately, we only have a little time before I go out and fight. We must go for a walk on the beach in the moonlight, or have a romantic candlelight dinner for two. Why must he be the one to do it? We're the elements. We should be also on the front lines. Perhaps I could take you in my arms, so we could soar through the skies, my love, or we could stay in by the fire, cuddling against one fall night. Well, there's only time to do one thing, the most important one of all. Please look into the periscope, my love. I mean, seriously, we are kind of the main characters. Despite of what some people on We Hate What Happened in MLP forums may think. And some riffers. What do you mean? Wondered Rarity, looking at the telescope. It was pointing towards an outlet to the ceiling, where a skylight had been made so it was easier to stargaze. Look at the telescope. Slowly she put an eye to the lens. What is so important? Oh my. There was so little time. In the morning, Spike would leave to go on to Bow, and there was a chance he wouldn't survive. Only one night left together. Surely they could have gone out on a dinner date. But did they really need to waste time with such things? Flying would be nice, to be colored as strong arms as they flew over the clouds, but this was better. A walk on the beach sounded romantic, but this was more so. As for cuddling by the fire, well, it wasn't that late. They were all trifles compared to what Spike had done this evening. Truly the best way to spend the night. It was right into the sky. Will you marry me? It took Luna all day to get the stars right. Rarity turned around. Spike was on knee. Is this really happening? Rarity, for the moment I laid my eyes on you, you've been the only thing that I've been able to ever think about. This is happening. I know we wasted a lot of time jumping around our love. Afraid that the other didn't feel the same. It would jeopardize our friendship. I think you're going to faint. We're able to move past that. Now here I am, down on one knee. I know it may not be the stallion you wanted, or a prince from a fairy tale, but I love you, Rarity. He reached into his scales, pulling out a rock Forrest had given him, cracked it open. Inside was a perfectly crafted ring, meant to go around a unicorn's horn. So you do me the honor of making me the happiest drink on the planet and marry? Yes! The ecstatic white mare jumped, leaping into the drink, knocking him back and barring him kisses all over his face. I will marry you, Spike. So slipped the ring over her horn and felt so right. This ring is lovely. Where did you get it? I had Forrest make it. The jewels around the edges are dragon tears, and I know how much you love them. It's absolutely beautiful, darling, and I love it. It's cute, the unicorn. You know, most fan effects use the fire heart. I know. This is a little original. That's it. Wonderful. Positively wonderful. I'm glad you're happy, sighed Spike. Gives me another reason to live. Please don't talk about that, said Rarity, getting on top of the dragon. Tonight there is no war, no conquest, no drama. Just you, me, and a very special friend. Conquest flays high as he proceeds to get the popcorn. Oh, don't mind me, you two crazy kids. You two go at it. I'll be over here. So he runs to the door as it slowly creaks open. What? What? Princess Luna? What? Hello, Spike. What are you doing here? The tall dark mare gave a hot, sultry look. Her eyes filled with lust. I owe Rarity a favor, so consider this an engagement gift. I'm glad I'm taking my usual 3-day break. So that way, I can spend the rest of the next few days screaming in rage. Fuck!